think because people are just tired of all of the expectations of life. We have houses, homes, jobs, kids, responsibilities. There's so much going on. And then you shift into perimenopause and menopause, and life just feels like it's crashing down. And it's just so much and so much to care about that women are just kind of throwing in the towel and saying, I don't care anymore.
Every single day, we are seeing women hurting and so much pain. And the problem is to just say, I don't care, but yet we do care. We don't know how to reconcile the, I don't care about these things because I really do care about these things. And saying it isn't enough.
I truly believed that menopause was trying to kill me. But what I wasn't expecting was all the menopausal symptoms to go away. And it was so mind-blowing to me.
Well, welcome back to Diet Disruptor Squad. And we have a special podcast today, an in-person podcast with a guest that is actually sitting next to me. I'm not just like sitting behind my screen. I actually get a person here. And this person is one that is very special to me. She actually works for me. And she's one of my coaches in my private practice. And this is Tara. Tara, hi.
Hi.
So happy that you're here.
Oh, I'm so excited.
This is so fun. So we are talking today about something that has gone so viral, and I cannot wait to unpack it. Have you seen out there, Tara? I mean, the We Do Not Care Club.
I love her so much. She's so funny.
Melanie.
We are going to talk about the We Do Not Care Club. The woman that started it is Melanie.
I think Saunders.
Okay. She went absolutely viral.
She did.
And it's funny because I talked to my daughters and I'm like, do you know the We Do Not Care Club? And they were like, no, I've never heard of it. And then I even talked to my podcast producers and I said, I want to do a podcast on the We Do Not Care Club. And they're all really young at work.
I don't know.
For my podcast because they're all techie and really young and they don't know either.
40-somethings and older.
Yeah. And it's so funny because I think it's that perimenopausal woman that knows who she is. And so today we're going to really unpack the We Do Not Care Club. What does it mean? What is it? And we're going to actually put a spin on it in terms of, as women that have been coaching women for a really long time on menopause, during a menopause, the things we actually, need to care about.
Yeah.
And the things that we absolutely should not care about.
There are some out there that we absolutely should not care about.
But before we get into it, I think we have to watch an episode. Yeah. Because this is one of her first ones and it's so funny. But I think we got to dig in and listen to what she says. Okay.
So I started this club called the We Do Not Care Club. And this is for anybody going through perimenopause and menopause. I posted a video asking who wanted to join. And when I tell you we got so many members in this club, but what I did was compile a list of all the stuff that we don't care about no more. Okay? We don't care about bras no more because bras suffocate us. We don't need that no more. We don't care if we look pregnant and we're really not pregnant. We don't care about matching clothes and wearing PJs all day. Clothes is clothes. That's it. That's the standard. We don't care about being on time for them. Baby, be happy that I showed up because I don't even want to be here. We don't care about unpainted big toenails and wearing flip-flops with them. Listen, that's a luxury to be able to paint your toenails. Toenails is toenails. Just I'm going to wear my flip-flops and that's that. We don't care that people around us think we got shitty attitudes. That's not on us. That's on them. If you don't like my attitude, get out my face then. We don't care about watching TikTok instead of cleaning up. Don't nobody have time to clean up no way. I mean, really and truly, if people around us quit messing up, then maybe we would clean up. But that's out. We don't care that we look like Adam Sandler and Wesley Snipes. That's it. If that's how I look, then that's how I look. God made me this way. We do not care that our hair not combed. Baby, hair is a luxury. We don't care about that no more. We don't care about having cellulite and short shorts. Listen, legs is legs. These is my legs. If I got cellulite, I just got cellulite. Shit, it's the same thing.
Oh my gosh. So fun. It's so funny. And I think she makes some really good points.
Yeah.
I remember seeing in our membership group for my private practice, somebody saying like, how do I get rid of the cellulite? Like, how do I get rid of it? And I remember saying like, why does it bother you so much? Like, we all have it. It's actually something that whether you're small or larger and has cellulite and it doesn't hurt you. And I do love the idea that we got to let go of certain things, right?
Yeah.
But at And I can see why she's viral. I mean, that's like 1 million likes on it.
Yeah.
Because why do you think it's gotten to be so popular?
I think because people are just tired of all of the expectations of life. You know, women, wives, moms, sisters, daughters. We have houses, homes, jobs, kids, responsibilities. There's so much going on. And then you shift into perimenopause and menopause, and life just feels like it's crashing down. And it's just so much and so much to care about that women are just kind of throwing in the towel and saying, I don't care anymore. And Melanie just kind of struck a nerve, I think, with so many women who feel this way. And she's hysterical and so funny. And I've laughed out loud on every single one of her videos.
One of my favorite was when she was speaking into what was like a microphone, but it was a Max.
Yeah, right. It's so funny, right? And there are 100% things that we just shouldn't care about. And there are things that really weigh on us and hurt us and, you know,
Waste our time.
And those things. And, you know, and then there are some things that we really do have to care about. Like, we love Melanie, right? But there are some things that you do have to care about, but that she's right. There are some things that you don't.
Right.
And we're going to talk about some of the things that we absolutely, positively do not have to care about.
Yeah. Because I think that there's just sometimes there's just desire to be like, I just don't care. Just don't care anymore. I'm going to whatever. Like, I love what she was just like, the cellulite in our shorts, we should not care about. Whether we're wearing flip flops without toenail polish. But the thing that we see you're one of the people on my team that takes initial calls with women. And it's like, we could all laugh about this, but every single day we are seeing women hurting and so much pain. And the problem is to just say, I don't care, but yet we do care. We don't know how to reconcile the, like, I don't care about these things because I really do care about these things. And saying it isn't enough.
Yeah.
But then there's this other piece that I think we all get to at some point, but it doesn't fit. It doesn't feel really right, is the apathy for ourselves and our bodies.
Yeah.
As much as so many women come to us frustrated with their bodies.
Yeah.
And this is where my biggest worry is with the We Do Not Care Club, is that we give up on ourselves.
Right.
And that's who we talk to so often, these women that feel like they have no hope. They're so frustrated and they're just giving up.
Yeah. And I think the thing with Melanie, and I love her and just kudos to her for building what she's built, but it's almost giving women license to not care. And there are some things that we absolutely, positively do have to care about. And just saying it and laughing and not caring, it's fun. It's for entertainment, right? But for your real life, when you're hurting and broken and don't know what to do anymore and frustrated.
And your body's not responding.
And your body's not responding because it's this new body now. It's this new perimenopausal and menopausal body. And you're like, what is happening? I don't know what's happening. And not caring is not really the answer. And it may seem like there's no hope, but there actually is.
Yes. And that's what we do every single day.
Every single day. So that part of it is great. But there are a bunch of things that women really do focus on and care about that we can just let go of.
Oh my God.
There's so many things.
The reason this even came about was because I was going through something in my own personal life and I was like so mad about it.
Yeah.
And somebody hurt me and said things to me and I was so and I called you and I'm like, oh my gosh. And you actually were the one that helped me. And that's why I said we have to do this podcast together, because like, just share kind of what you shared with me without probably getting into too many details about why I was so mad, but just because you never know who's listening.
Yeah.
But like, I was so upset around the way somebody felt about me and their beliefs about me, even though I was like, that's not me. Like they were wrong. And I wanted to defend myself and I was so mad about it.
And it's so interesting because, you know, when you get to this age, right, 55, right, there's been a lot of life and a lot of lessons and a lot of learning and a lot of, you know, making mistakes and learning from your mistakes. And, you know, at this stage in the game, 55 years old for me, 50 for you. Mel Robbins has that, let them theory.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I've just shifted
And it sounded so good. And I read it and I studied it, but I couldn't just let it go.
I know.
Because I did care and I wanted to not care. Yeah. And I was so mad about it.
I've developed what I call the okay theory. And it's just, you can't change how people feel about you. You can't change how people think about you. You can't change how people perceive you. You can't change their feelings. So all you're left with is, okay.
I know. That was so helpful to me. It seems like the simplest thing, but you had me convinced because you told me a story too about a friend of yours and how you guys didn't see eye to eye on something. And you were like, it was just ridiculous. It was actually ridiculous. But you were like, if she's feeling that way about this, like, I don't even want to change. Like, it was the We Do Not Care Club. You were like, I do not care to change her mind about me because I know who I am.
Yeah. If you really know who you are deep down inside, and you know that you're not a perfect person, but you're coming from a good, decent, honest, caring, respectful place in everything that you say and do, and someone still has a problem with you, someone still thinks you're, whatever, the only thing you can do is say, okay.
Well, and this is what you taught me in this moment. And this is why I think it was so important and why it relates to the We Do Not Care Club. Because I actually care too much about my life and me and what I'm doing. And I have so much going on. And I want one life, a purpose-driven life. And if I spend, 3 or 4 days just like perseverating around this thing that actually was keeping me from living my own life.
Yeah.
And like you were saying to me, like, you're not going to change your mind.
Yeah.
And she's just taking everything away from you. You need to not care about that, but not because you don't care, but because you care too much about yourself.
Yeah. And these are the things, Melanie, hi, you're listening.
I'm sure you watch.
These are the things that we simply do not care about.
Yeah.
And at some point, you just have to say things that are outside of your control. Okay. And move on and be okay with saying okay, because you know who you are. You know what your intentions were. You know that it's all rooted in goodness and wanting something good for somebody else. All you can do is just say, okay, you feel that way? Okay.
Yes.
That's it. You don't have to defend. You don't have to, go to, rounds and rounds and rounds with people. Just, it's okay, you feel that way? Okay.
Well, I think,
and then move on to the things that matter, that you do care about.
Yeah.
And Melanie's right. Matching socks, cellulite, toenail polish. Yes, absolutely. Those are the things that we absolutely positively should not care about, including how people see us, feel about us, especially if they're unwilling to kind of look at things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
But there are things that we absolutely have to care about. And as perimenopausal and menopausal women, we have to care.
Yeah.
Because if you don't care and you just let it go, trust us when we tell you, because we have been doing this for a lot of years, it gets worse and worse and worse. And it doesn't have to be that way.
Right. And it's like when you're apathetic about your health and your body, your life, your purpose, then, I mean, we're only in our 50s. Like, it's a long time to live that way, live without that level of love for yourself and desire to move towards your purpose. But what you make me think about in this is that the let them theory in action is okay. And that was huge for me. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, okay, because I don't have the capacity to care about that, about what you think about me, about what you're doing, that I have no control over because I got too much stuff going on in here. Yeah. I care too much about my own peace, about my own, like, who I am.
Yeah.
And the thing that I think really came to light, I think, in all of this, and something that you even just said, if you can't control it, then we gotta let it go.
You have to.
Or if it's based on ego, if it's not coming from hurt, right? So like somebody caring about whether or not I have my toenails done is coming from an ego place, right? It's not coming from actual true heart. And if it's something I can't control, then I'm all in the we do not care club.
Right.
I cannot control the weather. I cannot control the traffic. I cannot control what other people think about me. I cannot control how they interpret what I'm saying. I cannot control how they're living their lives.
Right.
And I think the majority of us are actually spending a lot of time caring about these things. And that's where the we do not care club should really come in.
And it's simple because all you have to say is,
Okay.
okay.
And we know this is true because we could go, like, if you have two people talking about politics and one is on one side of the aisle and the other is on the other, and one person could be making a really good point and the other person will not be wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Like somebody could be like, yeah, but da 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 da, and make a like data-driven point, and the other person is just going to be like, I still will not see it in your point of view. And when you said that to me about the situation that I was in, I was like, you're right. They're going to see it the way they're going to see it. They want to be wrong as much as I want to be wrong. And their perspective makes it really hard for them to see my perspective. Why am I spending all this time defending myself when I could be spending my time taking care of myself?
Yeah. And think of how draining the defense of yourself.
and you can't ever do it where it doesn't sound offensive.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, but you said it like, if it was like, okay. And that too, as you back up, she says a lot. You make that other person actually have to process.
Yeah.
And we're not giving them anything.
When you say, okay, you're free.
You are.
You're free.
It's so true. But this is where I think I want us to care, right? Because I believe that each one of us were here and put on this earth for a purpose. And when we talk to women every single day and they're just so like almost on the verge of giving up.
They're broken.
And I always say, listen, like I don't sell a program. I don't sell an approach. What I actually sell, and I don't even like to use a word like that I sell, but like if I talk about what I actually give my clients, it's hope. It's hope and belief in themselves. And so we cannot not care about that.
That's where we care. This is where the We Do Care Club comes in, right there. Because when you start caring about yourself, your health, and your wellness,
but not about like to me, that number on the scale or looking a certain way in a big bathing suit, right? Like that's about other people.
Right. When you start truly caring about your health, right? Because the majority of women who come to us, and you know this, we've been doing this a long time. I want to lose weight, the weight. And we always say we don't chase weight loss, right? You yourself were just in South Africa this summer doing a TED Talk on the toxic diet and weight loss industry, right? And women know this. When they chase weight loss and dieting, they don't get weight loss or health.
And it never ends.
And they're stuck in that cycle. But when they chase health, they get both health and weight loss. So when you start caring about yourself on a deeper level and you say to yourself, I want to get to the root of what's happening, what's going on, you know, and you understand how easily it can change, your whole life can change. And all you have to do is join the We Do Care Club
about the things that matter.
Especially perimenopausal women and menopausal women, right? Who are really suffering. This is why people are finding Melanie so funny, because she's comic relief in the middle of a very serious situation, right?
Yeah.
But that serious situation doesn't have to be controlling your life, because we know how you can change it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we talk to women all the time and we show them this like chart of symptoms. And I mean, there's probably 40 symptoms on it, right? And we'll say, how many of these symptoms do you have? And there's a ton of them, all centered around perimenopause, menopause. And how many people do we get that are like, I have everyone.
Have nearly everyone on this list,
right? No wonder you feel like you want to give up. No wonder you feel like you want to join the We Do Not Care Club. And we want to be members of the We Do Not Care Club. Like, trust me, like we want everybody to be members of the We Do Not Care Club about the things that we should not be caring about.
Exactly.
But the We Do Care Club is around those symptoms.
Mhm.
And it's not about weight loss. We know that weight gain is a symptom of health and hormones. We know that hot flashes. We know that inflammation. We know that all of these things.
Brain fog.
And
Sleep issues.
I mean, we can even talk about the fact that like it isn't just about food. We talk about the 6 spinning plates.
Yeah.
Nutrition, movement, sleep, managing our stress, supplementation, and hydration. But those are the 6 spinning plates. And when you finally figured that out, because you finally started listening to me,
Yes.
you didn't have any hot flashes for like a year, right? Like it was just unbelievable how.
When I started following the disruptive nutrition approach, every single one of my menopausal symptoms went away. Every single one of them. And I truly believed that menopause was trying to kill me. I really, truly.
And that is that. And then you want to be like, we don't care.
Exactly. But it was terrible. And to be honest with you, when I started working with Carrie, it wasn't because of the menopausal symptoms. The menopausal symptoms were horrific.
You thought they were actually just part of like, that was just
Getting older. That was it.
They literally did not think that that was something that could get better.
I thought it was like a rite of passage that every woman had to go through. And no matter what you did as you age, you were going to go through it and there was no getting around it.
Yep.
And the reason that you and I started working together was because I was pre-diabetic.
Right.
And what was so shocking to me, and education is power, and you know that, right? Because if you don't have the education of the science of how the body works, you just will never know it, right?
And whack-a-mole.
Exactly. And when you're educated and you understand what it is, you understand the science of how the body works. So, of course, my focus was the prediabetes.
Yep.
But what I wasn't expecting was all the menopausal symptoms to go away. And it was so mind-blowing to me, the connection between food and the wrong foods, processed foods, sugar foods, heavy dairy, gluten, all of these things, how connected it is to the menopausal symptoms.
Yep.
Women truly just do not understand. And the relief that came from the menopausal symptoms was absolutely mind-blowing. And then I had the one night.
Yes. Right? Well, wait, let's go back for a second before you even talk about that one night, because the pre-diabetes, like you came to me because you knew that I focus on blood sugar stabilization. So like having pre-diabetes and having someone that focuses on blood sugar stabilization, like made sense. Yeah. But what we don't realize is that our mood, our menopausal symptoms, all of our symptoms, everything that has to do with our metabolism, our weight gain, metabolic disease, like every single function in our body is related to blood sugar. Right. Everything. And when we understand that and just kind of recognize how food works, then it changes everything. And it changes everything. And it's not to say we can't have certain foods, but as we get older, this is why we need to care. Yeah. As we get older, our body is more and more sensitive to the stuff that like maybe it wasn't as sensitive to as before. So your one night, my husband and I were doing this home project. We were, working late. I didn't want to order out. There was no time to like cook something. We weren't prepared for any type of meal. And I said to him, the only thing that's in the cabinet is pancake mix. Let's have a serving our soul night. Yep. And we're going to have pancakes with real maple syrup and butter. And I went all in. Butter like you would have syrup. And I was in that moment, I was serving my soul. And it was delicious. And wouldn't you know it, 1 hour later, those hot flashes and menopausal symptoms hit me like a Mack truck. And I looked over at my husband and I said, the connection between this food and what I just did with spiking my blood sugar and the menopausal symptoms has forever changed me, because I'm seeing in real time right now the connection and what I just did to my body. And how you felt. And it wasn't about the fact that like I just binged on a bunch of cakes. Like you chose to do that. And we talk about that all the time. You were intentional about doing it. Yeah. But it's like, I'm not, as your nutritionist, telling you what you can or can't have. No, because you know your body. You're like, I don't know if this is worth it.
And was it worth it?
Yeah. But I think so many women just assume, because there's so much of this cultural conditioning in some way, that menopause just sucks. And like, we just don't care. We're just going to join this menopause club. It's like, this age is about wisdom and not caring about the things we just should not be caring about anymore. But it's also wisdom to know that if we don't take care of our bodies, then the purpose that we were actually put on this earth to serve, the longevity we want, the ability, honestly, to have our kids not have to take care of us. So what we have to take care of.
So true. So when I started disruptive nutrition, I was about to turn 51, 55 now. But in that time span, I have stopped caring about the things that don't matter and have shifted all of those things into the okay theory. And I truly, truly started caring about the things that matter.
Yeah.
And when I did that and made that shift, my entire life changed. I am no longer pre-diabetic.
I know.
I lost 30 pounds.
No menopausal symptoms.
No menopausal symptoms. I am no longer pre-diabetic. I am the healthy, no fatigue that was absolutely drowning me. I mean, I couldn't even get off the couch. I was so
And I remember when you called me and you're like, Carrie, if I never lose 1 more pound.
Once my sugar cravings went away, and it was in about, you know this, we talk about it all the time. I was about 2.5 weeks into living the disruptive nutrition approach. And I had a full-on sugar addiction. There's no question about it. I had it. And I was, as you can imagine, this, I was hyper-focused on the weight. I was 30 pounds overweight. And, as a woman, you don't want that, right? So I was really focused on that. And, and you were like, stop focusing on that.
Let's get rid of the scale.
And 2.5 weeks into the program, I was sitting at my desk and I said, I haven't thought about sugar in like a week. This is crazy. And I called you up and I said, Carrie, if I never lose another pound ever again, this is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me, because you just released me of my prison of fear that I was going to die of pancreatic cancer like my father, because my sugar cravings were gone and I now had full control over my body. My body was no longer controlling me. I controlled my body. And in all of the blood sugar stabilization, every function of my body started working the way it was supposed to. And I lost 30 pounds, reversed my diabetes, no more menopausal symptoms, no more brain fog, no more fatigue, no more joint pain, no more it was all gone. And my whole life changed.
And you cared.
Because I care about the thing that mattered.
Exactly. And then said, okay, to the all the rest. Because you don't have time anymore because you're taking care of yourself.
That's right.
And that's what I want for women. I want them to love themselves so much. They want to show up for themselves, that they know they are a person of value, that they know that they are here for a reason.
Yeah.
In order to serve that purpose, we have to be the healthiest version of ourselves. And part of being healthy is being able to say, okay, to the things that don't matter, to not doing your toenails, to cellulite, to people speaking not truth about you.
Yeah. You can't change how people think and feel. And you really, truly, just for your sanity, you just have to say, okay.
Well, we are now part of the We Do Care Club.
We Do Care Club.
I mean, I'm still in the We Do Not Care Club.
Yeah, we are.
But there's also this other care club about the things that we should care about, but we do care about the things that matter.
Yeah.
So I love this. And for everyone listening, just make sure you're subscribing to the podcast. These are the things that we talk about all the time and that we are really trying to help women get a hold of, because it really is it's counterintuitive to everything that we've been taught as we've grown up in a diet culture. Loving ourselves because we are of value. We don't have to get value, achieve value once we weigh or look a certain amount, that we were born with that value and that we all deserve to be able to live a life that is truly fulfilled. So thank you for mentoring me through all of this.
You're welcome.
And all I do is okay. I said, it really is. It is putting action to the let them theory in every single way. Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
Wherever you are on your journey, there is a place for you right here with the Diet Disruptors podcast. We'll see you next time.